So let's kick it off with relationships. So, okay, in your mind, what is a relationship?
Well, relationship is life. There's that life is a process of relationships, but the most important relationship in our life is the relationship with ourselves. And I know that sounds cliche, however, it's the most important. And from there, the way we express builds a foundation for other relationships.
Yeah, I mean, it is a bit of a cliche, but now listen to this. This may be common sense, but also this is important. If your relationship with yourself is self-loathing, you're not comfortable in your own skin, the relationships you then have with another person is going to be heavily influenced through your own filters, through your own beingness.
Right.
So if you want better relationships with other people, okay, that's a worthy cause, but you have to go to yourself first.
Right. We always say the deeper we understand our own being, the more compassion we have for ourselves. And the more compassion we have for ourselves, the more we can hold compassion for others. And that really, really solidifies a solid relationship with our family, with our coworkers, with our loved ones, with our new friends.
Now, being a married couple, if I'm feeling really irritable and grumpy, or vice versa, our relationship suffers.
Yes.
So that's another point. If you've got a perspective that relationships should always be rosy, there should never be any conflict, that if you get angry, then you're destroying the relationship, think again. Because, look, in my mind, if there isn't some conflict, if there isn't some grit, it's not an authentic relationship.
Right, because we're human.
So to clarify, there doesn't have to be grit and challenges, but sometimes grit and challenges are needed because, okay, to be transparent, I know some couples who are very, very into positive thinking, and they feel that they're almost not allowed to express what they really feel because it will be negative. They're not allowed to talk to the partner about things that maybe they don't want them to do because it will be negative. And what happens, they live a positive relationship, but it's kind of unhealthy in that people aren't getting to speak their mind. They're not being authentic. You know, your partner doesn't know the best way to nurture and hold you if you don't tell them. You don't know if you're doing things that may be upsetting your partner if your partner doesn't tell you. So there has to be this very authentic communion, and if there isn't, you're gonna get in trouble further down the line.
Right.
And sometimes it involves having to have difficult conversations.
It's honoring the different and unique beings that we are. And given that we are these different and unique beings, there isn't anybody like you. We're going to have a different perspective. And given that we have these different perspectives, there's going to be a place for difficult conversations. But it's within those difficult conversations that the smoothness is birthed. Those difficult conversations are rich in understanding your relationship just that much deeper. So honor those. Honor that my husband is unique. He has different preferences, he has unique tastes, he has unique interests, he has different times of his life that he's feeling expanded and maybe not so expanded. Understanding that there's a wholeness within it all. We can hold space for ourselves and our relationships just that much more.
So it's not to say if someone's abusing you or is aggressive or, you know, there's emotional, physical harm, you should stay with them. You just need to embrace them. What we are saying is that you have to be honest, you have to be authentic, you have to be real, you have to sometimes have those difficult conversations because, like you were saying, through difficulty, ironically, things get smoother.
Yeah.
Because what makes things difficult is all the unsaid stuff, the resentment you're holding on to, the things that you don't like, the things that you want to talk about, they're all under the surface. So the positivity is great, but authenticity is even better. And actually, ironically, through authenticity, you do have a much more positive relationship, but not by trying to make it positive. Positivity is like a side effect of authenticity, if that makes sense.
Right. And authenticity is just honoring the relationship with your being. What's being said deeper? What is that little voice inside of you, that knowing without knowing how you know? What is that guiding you? Where is that guiding you?
People worry about their partner being unfaithful, but a bigger problem is your lack of being faithful to yourself. So what do I mean by that? Question for you. Are you kind of bending yourself out of your natural shape to try and please your partner?
So that really points back to the different and the unique perspectives. Honoring that there isn't anybody like you, nor should there be anybody like you. Because when we begin to try to be like other people and try to, as you say, Rudy, bend ourselves out of shape, or how I describe a template living, like if it's paint by numbers, I want to be this over here. What about honoring that unique expression that you can paint on this blank canvas of infinite potential only for you to live? But you can do that in a beautiful way alongside your partner and honor space for them to do the same, to paint on their own unique blank canvas of infinite potential. That is such a beautiful life. And then you begin to harmonize.
Yeah.
It takes two separate notes to harmonize. You can't harmonize with the same note. It'd be quite boring.
Yeah. It's a little bit like, as a metaphor, if you're the colour blue and your partner is the colour green. Now, if the blue tries to be green, or the green tries to be blue, there's a disharmoniousness within yourself because you're not being authentic to yourself. Now, the reason paintings are so beautiful is because of the different colours.
The contrast.
Yeah. So if you're blue, be blue, and if you're green, be green. And in that different vibration, it creates quite a masterpiece. Relationships get in trouble when one person tries to turn their partner into themselves because it's disharmonious. You have to embrace your partner and nurture them as themselves, whatever their beliefs, opinions or preferences or what they like doing. You need to just support them in that rather than expecting them to be like you, because they're not you. They will never be you.
You have to honor the space to harmonize. Allow the space to harmonize.
It's okay to be different.
Yeah. Well, we cannot not be different. Did I say that right? So really, it's just the relationship with yourself. That's kind of what we're trying to nail down. And what comes with that, with recognizing and honoring this relationship with your own being. First of all, honoring that you are unique. I am unique to my sisters, my brothers, my best friends. There may be similarities, but again, we are our own beautiful, unique being. And what comes with that is I have my own way of creating a self-care. Rudy likes to go for walks. I like to go to the beach and put my feet in the sand. I enjoy taking naps. I like to make sure that I have water first thing in the morning, and I like to go to bed super early at night. And that helps me honor me. And when I honor me, I can harmonize better with him.
Yes. And me too. The thing about self-care, it's really important because your immune system works without you doing anything. Okay, it's just this innate process. But you can support your immune system by doing the things that are healthy for your unique body. Now, you have a relationship with yourself, okay, then there's another physical person in your life, and you can't help but have a relationship with them through your own relationship first, okay? And you, like your immune system, you can support relationship health by supporting your health. You have to have a self-care routine, whether that's going for a run, meditating, doing yoga, going for a walk, watching funny movies, like whatever it is that fills you up with joy.
Right.
That joy is going to be passed through you to your partner, to your kids, to the people you interact with. It comes from yourself first.
Right. You can call that relationship hygiene. Yeah, absolutely. And you recognize, okay, it's time for bed, Jules.
Yeah.
You need to get to bed so you can be nice tomorrow.
Yeah. So to sum up, I don't know, deeper, beautiful, more fulfilling relationship starts with yourself first. Then embracing the differences.
Yeah.
Encouraging the differences, loving the differences, that they are different from you, and that is okay.
Right.
And you can nurture and support your relationships by nurturing and supporting yourself with self-care.
Yeah. And I want to add, if you're just starting a relationship, it's going to take time, faith, and patience. Why? Because we're biochemical beings. We're like, I like to describe, like a bonsai tree. It takes time, faith, and patience to mold that into that beautiful, beautiful expression of nature.
Yeah.
We're no different.
Yeah, we've had arguments.
Yeah. Oh,
we've
yeah.
had grit. We've had a lot of differences of opinion since we've been together. And by not, okay, I'll do what you want me to do, dear, or vice versa, by remaining in our shape, we've got this wonderful harmonization where we are our own people, but we want to be with another all the time as well.
Right.
There's this self-embracing, partner-embracing, uniquely different, harmonic relationship with us. And it took a bit of work, and it took some arguments, and it took some time. So again, one of my first points is it's okay to have conflict and arguments now and again. This is a natural part of the relationship. It doesn't really mean much about the relationship. It really means that the relationship is able to grow and change.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the brief overview. We could do like months worth of talks on different aspects of relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to sum it up, it's honoring your own being, the relationship with your whole self, recognizing that each and every one of us has our own unique way of giving ourselves self-care. Given that, honoring that we have different perspectives within the relationships within our family, businesses, siblings, best friends, and not so best friends. That it's not a quick fix, and it's going to take time, faith, and patience.
Beautiful. Okay, let's move on to the next topic.
Okay.